Greetings, welcome back to AI War Fleet Command. Thetimix here. This is the Zenith Remnant expansion game, and if you may recall from last time, we've knocked out that SuperTerminal, or not knocked it out, but got a bit of reduction from it in Dagobah, and paid a significant price, as you typically do. This is Dysnomia, and we've seen many times going through the enemy systems, cleaning out the threat. They didn't wait around for me to do that this time. This is not that far after, several minutes, but not a huge length of time after the fight in Dagobah. And you can see our metal still struggling. It's pretty even, actually. Still got quite a bit of it there in Dagobah, although most of it's been cleaned out. And we're starting to accumulate it here. And the human resistance ships I had, I think I had sent them through hostile territory and most of them had gotten destroyed. So they're being rebuilt. And it's kind of actually a good thing. Because what we've got going on here is about 2/3 of the threat decided to all converge on Dysnomia. And it was close to 900 ships initially, so we're very early in the attack. But they're already doing some significant damage. And I just want to take these and basically just target whatever's the closest. We've got this nice, lovely ball of Mark IV space planes there. Let's see what happens. Yeah, let's not do that. Let's get back here. Oh, look at that. Yeah, let's target those vampire claws. Here we go. Here's some more. And one of the things is, in here, I had, yep, okay, there goes a bunch of stuff. They didn't get the command station, they're trying to escape, but they got my energy collectors. Zenith starships, let's grab those. But I thought I had a munitions booster in here, I don't, and obviously that's having a major effect. I also had to send raid starships into Minerva to save that because they kept attacking that system. But I was able to eventually get rid of the worst of their ships there and then rebuild everything. So, Tractor Guardian going off with my remains rebuilder. Haven't seen that before. So they're trying all kinds of interesting new things. Hammering down, I'm glad I put 2 force fields in this system, even if they are weaker varieties. Okay. And then, alright, got a bunch of bombardment ships. And if I didn't have these here, I'd definitely want to send in more ships to get them. But now as all this tries to rebuild, you can see, yeah, a lot of the energy or metal rather, that we spent was just on repairing the regen golems from Dagobah. And then we have all of this fun stuff. I think it's time to really start building up for the inevitable attack on the homeworlds. Well, it is now time to go on the attack. We're approaching 13 hours. And we do have about 1,200 threat, but it's vacillating a lot. I'm going to show you a little bit of why. And we're probably due for another CPA before too much longer. I want to try to knock out this first homeworld first. I've pretty much got everything else in place that I want. Now I've got a 3-tier defense. First of all, home in Letitia. And here we've got almost exclusively our fighter bombers and resistance frigates. We did also add more shields. I've got a mark around here somewhere. There it is. Mark III hardened force field. That's one of the things that I unlocked. And those 50% more strength than the Mark II and triple of the Mark I. And this is sort of the last end of the line deal. Of course, we've got the warheads sitting around up there if I need them. Then I took a look at the path the Avenger is most likely to take. Here it is. Directly to the homeworld is the way that stuff seems to go, the exogalactic waves anyway. And you can see between anti-cheese down here and their homeworld, there's actually nothing that we control. They're not pathing directly through any of our system. Something possibly I should have looked at earlier, and this is not optimal. So the only place I could really find to mount a defense is here in Bononia, which is what I did. I've got most of our lower level ships in here. I've got the botnet golem. I've got one of the regen golems back in here and a max set of turrets, including, right here, the Mark III and Mark IV heavy beam cannon. That's what I spent most of the rest of my knowledge on. Now, I could have done a bunch more hacking, but with our energy as low as it is, that was going to cause a bit of a problem. And one of the reasons it's so low is the botnet golem keeps capturing their ships, which is just fine with me. But you can see we've got tractor beams here. I've got some of the Mark III grav turret. Tractor beams covering the wormhole. It's a short distance here. But these are really good. Like, this is the Mark IV one, which is ridiculous. You can only build one of it, but it can attack 40 ships at once every 4 seconds. Mark III, 12 ships every 5 seconds. The lower level ones are like 6 and 3. So this Mark IV one is ridiculously powerful. They've got a radar dampening range. And so I'm just massing everything in here. And basically my intent is use this against the exogalactic wave that we're going to get when we attack the homeworld. And then also, although I'll probably move the botnet and regen golems out, use this to blunt the attack of the Avenger. And then next door in Themis, which is the reason I built this here, see, we've got a couple more transports of ships that I'm going to shuttle in there, add to that group. But then also, see, we're rebuilding some things out here that have gotten blown up. And I've got a ship production area in here. 2 starship constructors, 2 space docks. And I've got these on and the ones in Letitia off for the moment. The idea is we would rebuild ships here, and then as the Avenger comes, once the Avenger hits Bennonia, I would shut off this spigot and turn on that one so that we do as much damage here as we can, and then we've got another shot as they come into anti-cheese. Now, if I lose all this stuff in here, obviously I'm going to get a pretty big reprisal wave, but at that point I wouldn't care about it. I would just care about stopping the Avenger. So that's there. And then over in Dagobah, this is my core group that's going to do the attack. I've got 5 golems, and I've got the fleet sort of developed into a few different spots. We've got the golems, then we've got a core group in here that's my starship, and also the munitions boosters and some decloakers. And then I've got this group right here, which is more hard-hitting ships, Mark V bombers, the Sentinel frigates, the electric bombers, and then the other ones have, you know, the bulk of the fleet. So I can put together about 900 ships plus the golems, which I figure should be sufficient. And of course, this is risky, very much so, because if I were to go in there and have my golems get blown up, fail the attack, well, we're going to have escalating exogalactic waves, massive reprisals due to the golem price being lost, and then also I'd have a serious issue with building up enough force to go back in there if I can't take it with the golems. I'm not going to have anything else to approximate that strength. So this is really a we need to get this right the first time kind of battle. Okay, now what I've done here is I have just moved into Despina, the in-between system here. The core world system we're going through. I've unleashed some Hive golem wasps in here before. I'm going to try not to do that this time. I'm sending my scout into the homeworld so that that's in place. And then I just want to pause here for a minute to make sure I clean everything out. Here we go. There's a whole bunch of ships. Yep, strategic reserve. But I think between all my golems and everything, I can wipe this out with everything else because I have unleashed and lowered down the numbers before. They don't seem to want to attack these space planes, so let me just get my core group out and knock them away. There we go. And I wanted to save the Hive golem because after we get rid of the eye on the homeworld, I want to be able to use that to help myself out there. So that worked well, and I just need to begin now the actual homeworld attack. And here we are entering the homeworld. Now the thing about this is they do have an orbital mass driver in here. Obviously I'm worried about that, but it's right here by the entrance to the wormhole. So I sent in a transport here with raid starships, all of them. And my goal for right here is I want to take that out and then go hunt down their ion cannon. I forget where that is. Okay, it's over here by the barracks. So the raid starships have 2 jobs. Knock out the orbital mass driver, which can shoot at them, but there's 9 of them, and it doesn't have that much health. It's pretty quick. Then they're going to go over here and knock out the ion cannon. If they do anything else, it's a bonus. And also, as I was heading in here, the amount of strategic reserve the AI had to deploy was knocked down by about half, from 70 to 35%, and that's because they did hit us with that CPA of just over 2,000. So we're going to be watching on that. I mean, it's obviously a very hazardous situation to be attacking a homeworld while a CPA just hit, but I'm not sure the alternative of waiting was all that much better given how much time it would take and how much they'd build up. So I decided to just go with it. Just on the other side of the wormhole is my main force. I'm not bringing them in until the orbital mass driver is defeated. There we go. And attack. Oh, come on. You can do better than that. There you go. Bingo. L. That is job 1. Right there is job 2. And now let's bring in everybody else. And why did the regen golem go all the way over there? That's not what I wanted. It's not what I asked it to do. So this is going to be a little bit more interesting than I wanted to for that reason. I'm not waiting for it though. Okay, now we're having all kinds of fun here. What I want is... Where is it? Probably not through yet. Yeah, they're coming in big numbers. Let's go ahead and unload all of you. And I want to get... I'll unload... See, how many ships do we have here? 500 and some. I'm going to load a couple transports of my just sort of mass do-whatever ships to just annoy them. There's the artillery golem. I want that to take out 2 things. There's a couple core missile guard posts. Come on. Crap. I wanted to avoid triggering that eye. It's going to give us a massive wave. And how many ships? They're already down to 377. Okay, let's make sure we don't trigger it more than once. Okay, and these are... Missile guard posts are immune to artillery ammo. I hadn't realized that. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to use artillery ammo on a lot of this stuff. What about the threatening eye itself? Yep, also immune to artillery ammo. Okay, should have looked at that a little more closely. So, I think what I want to do is I still want to go after... I want to send the whole group out this way and go after these 2 missile guard posts. Use this as my sort of central area. So let's get that done. There's our regen golem finally showing up on the scene. It's doing it again. I thought I had plenty of ships docked. We are going to be facing a huge storm of fighting after this is over. It is not going to be fun. However, the number of threats are actually going down, because they are trying to attack our planet, and they're not getting very far with it. So, alright, let's move you over here. They're launching some more stuff. I'm just going to wait and see what happens. Are all of these stuff immune to... Yeah, they're all immune to artillery. So I think I just want to go around and go through these guard posts one at a time. Oh, for Pete's sake. I don't even have very many. It says there's 233 and... Oh, but there's only... Yeah, there's hardly any ships out. That's the problem. Okay. Well, shoot, I'm just going to dock everything. I mean, this is sort of the opposite of the problem that I've had before. With, you know, all their special forces reinforcing. Okay, now we don't have much out at all. Let's head off towards this thing. Yep, now a whole bunch of stuff coming through from Despina, but I don't think it's more than we can handle with the golems. If I launch anything right now, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble. Yep, level 1 reprisal. Threat staying about 2,800. Okay, so I need to figure out what I want to use. Yep, this is the one. And I think I want everything that's not a starship I'm going to put back in real quick. Okay, that should be it. Let's see how this does. How do I have 86 too many ships? Honestly, these bombardment ships, I'm transports nearby, I'm just going to get rid of them. But I don't have that many. Yeah, it says 86 too many ships, and I've only got 57 out. Okay. So I think that's what I want to go with. And what else we have left? There's another. There's a core leech that's almost dead there, a barracks that I don't need to deal with yet. And this thing, which is actually not that powerful. 100 damage times 100 ships. It's sort of like a mini fortress made into a guard post. And then home command station, which doesn't seem to have a shield around it. That's weird. Core spire shield. Okay. Let's get the transports out of the way. Okay. Let's go after this. There's an electric. Let's hit that. There we go. Oh, we got a barracks that just went live. Okay, let's definitely bring our golems in here into this fight. I love the Black Widow holding them back. The artillery is going to shoot down some of these guardians. Let's get you in there and take out some of these as well. Lightning guardians. Let's get those out of the way. Golem's taking some damage but not doing too bad. Alright, let's go after this. Let's finish off this leech. And I think right now what I want to do is send the starships after this shield guard post. Well, too many ships. Only by 2. And you are... Yeah, your engine's dead. Let's get rid of you. Goodness, I don't have... They've only got 27. And I've got 35. Is this... Says more than 2 to 1. They've got 27 ships, I've got 35. I'm not seeing where that calculation is accurate. Alright, I don't want to do it, but I'm getting rid of that other munitions booster. And then I'm going to sit... See which of these... I don't particularly need the flagships. So I've just got to make sure that I stop triggering that darn thing. Yeah, let's put the raid starships away too. They're fast. They'll get in there quickly. Although I suppose... No, let's put the Black Widow back here to defend. Bring in the artillery and the Cursed. And then all of you hammer this. Okay, we've got a bunch of attack. Anti-cheese is the one that's in trouble. Okay. Where are we at? It's got a carrier that's trying to go somewhere else. Why don't I pop into Letitia and have this group go to anti-cheese and attack whatever it can. And that should at the very least slow them down. Okay. 3 minutes till the exogalactic attack. Tick-tock. I think we're going to make it, though. Okay, that's shrinking. Let's take a look back in here. Okay, there's a whole bunch of like infiltrators, which are not one of the scarier ships. And they've irritated this thing. So now why don't you... Yeah, these fighter bombers are back there. Okay, the frigates will be irritated, but these are all going to come in. Infiltrators, so I probably want another... one of these to give better viewing sight out this way. We may not be able to completely hold them off, but I'd be willing to bet we do a decent number on them. Of course, all of that is probably coming from the threatening eye reprisals, so I did that to myself. Come on, just die. There we go. Threatening eye, gone. Okay. Attack here. Everybody come over this way. And I didn't even end up needing to use that Hive Golem. It was completely superfluous here. Let's knock this out before that timer goes off. We got 2 minutes, plenty of time. It's interesting there was no fortress in here this time, and not the shielding that we're used to seeing. So these had a whole different approach. And of course, that's partly because this is the Zenith Descendant, the aggressive AI, so not the best defensive. And why are we not... Now we're moving in. There we go. And here's the Avenger. 2 million health, 50 armor. 1 massive AI ships, 960 seconds. Does that mean it takes 16 minutes to get here or whatever? Okay. 5 million explosion damage after death. Emits planet-wide nuclear explosion on destruction. That's not good. What are we immune to? Fusion cutters, blah, 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 blah. You are not immune to artillery. I don't want the Golem to be on the same planet as it when it dies, that's obvious. It only has 30 speed, so we can't outrun it. Okay, we're going to, first of all, we're going to unload everything. I'm going to throw the kitchen sink at this thing. That's number 1. Everybody attack. And then where are your 1,000 ships at? Anti-cheese? Taking out like half of them. Where are they at? They're in range here. Being slowed down by our grav turrets. One of them almost gone, one of them still up. Looks like we're either going to be okay or we're going to take out most of them in anti-cheese. And I'm okay with either one of those because it means Letitia survives. So, yes, let's take an up closer look. Oh boy, that's kind of an evil looking thing though. But yeah, only 2 million health, which actually is not that much. I thought it would be more. So, I was thinking like 20 million health or something like that. So, yeah. Attack there. I don't know if you can damage this, but I'm sure as heck going to find out. Artillery Golem attack, and you get away. And obviously they're going to do a number on us. Cursed Golem. Now this thing is going to head where? It's going to head for Ukraine. Okay, so I want to get out of range. So how are we doing? Oh. Okay. Well, yeah. The Wasps decided to join in, and that was rather anticlimactic. nuclear explosion. The Avenger is dead. And let's take a look at what else is going on. 400 of these ships left. Let's just see this wrap up. Now they may have more big waves coming at us. We do have a bunch of threat. Okay, what kind of... Yeah, we got 1 million. So we do have a bunch of threat that I do need to deal with, but one of the homeworlds is dead. The Avenger is dead. You know, turned out to be less of an issue than I thought, although without the wasps and all the ships we had in here, it could have been a little more interesting. Obviously, that big defensive front I put up in Adeona ended up being completely unnecessary, so they're just kind of sitting here hanging around. And for next time, we have only one job. We're going to have to hunt down Adeona after we clean up the threat. With the nuclear explosion there, or the Avenger/nuclear explosion, there's really no point in building anything up in here, so I'll just be working and bringing my fleet back around. Probably stage from Themis up through this way. And over there, once we find out where their threat is hanging out, and give that a piece of our mind. That'll be coming up next time. One step away from victory now. Thanks for watching, everybody. AI War Fleet Command will continue.